I think if you like Don Carlos, for example, which is a much better known opera, then you'll like this, because for me it's very much Don Carlos in miniature. It has the politics of Don Carlos, even more so than Don Carlos, but it also has this very human story going on about the loss of a child, which is of course a story very close to Verdi's heart, because he lost both his children and his wife early on in his married life. So it is, I think it's a kind of a miracle really, this piece, because it is very, very fast moving. And if you were to ask me to describe it in terms of, let's say, a film genre, I describe it as a political thriller. And it is very contemporary, I think, in what it presents. That, you know, you have this fundamentally good man, Simon Bokanegra, who becomes, kind of by accident, Doge of Genoa, the leader of Genoa, and how that power corrupts him. So in the prologue to it, which is 25 years before the start of the opera proper, you see this carefree fighter. What you see 25 years later, this man ruined by the political life, who sanctions, as far as we're aware, political assassinations, but he never quite loses his soul. Well, Leslijs Traverss, the designer, and I made a conscious decision that what we didn't want to do was to have a kind of romantic view of this. The idea that we had was this idea of the ship of state, is that you have a space within a space in which the private scenes happens in the central space, but then when public events like the revolution in the council chamber scene happen, is that space can be pulled apart and destroyed. And we wanted that space to reflect certain things. So the seat of power is very much inside the space, a kind of patrician space, and outside the space it's much more utilitarian and hard-edged. What we've tried to do is illustrate this passage of the 25 years. So whereas in the prologue all the costumes are roughly Renaissance based, when we get after the 25-year gap, it becomes much more a world of realpolitik. So we go into 20th century costumes, but certain people remain in the Renaissance costumes. The patricians, because you know those bloodlines never change, and Amelia, but everybody else updates and it progresses forward. Yeah, we wanted clarity. We wanted the clarity of the story to for an audience unfamiliar with it.